Hello and welcome back to Apple Insider. I'm Mark Ellis, and today I'm going to talk about the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Why the 16-inch specifically? Well, firstly because I have one just out of shot over there, but also because out of the two new MacBook Pros that have been released this year, that one seems to be the one that has been most tuned for professional use. Or is it? And more importantly, what makes a Pro MacBook these days? And what if you just want this laptop? It is highly desirable after all, but it is also huge, heavy, expensive, and that got me thinking, do you need to keep all those things in mind if you're only going to buy this as a hobbyist machine? Now, I've been using the 16-inch MacBook Pro pretty consistently over the last week, and I've got a few thoughts. The first one is that it is ridiculously, almost comically heavy and big. And the first inkling I had of this was when the UPS guy handed me the package. I think it's the first Apple delivery I've had for a long time, if ever, where my arms physically dropped at the weight of this thing. It's also really heavy in your backpack, so I cycle to and from my studio most days, or occasionally walk in, and I have it in the back of my backpack, and I'm not joking, it's uncomfortable at times. You can really feel it resting against your back, and it's just very heavy. Indeed, it feels so much bigger than my old 16-inch Intel version of the MacBook Pro, which is weird because if you check the stats, the new 16-inch MacBook Pro is only 0.02 inches thicker than the Intel version, and it's only 0.4 pounds heavier. So objectively, it's not that much bigger or heavier, but it just feels it. And it does suit the new chunky design that Apple has rounded on with this new MacBook Pro. But if I'm being completely honest, I think I preferred the 14-inch version when it comes to that new design. The new squared off edges, that thick, chunky look, just seems to sit better in a slightly smaller laptop. So the new 16-inch MacBook Pro is an absolute beast in many, many ways, but particularly in terms of how big it is. So if you're thinking about getting one, whether it be for professional use or just for doing whatever you want to do with it at home, then I really recommend heading down to an Apple store and just getting one in your hands. Now, we all have different definitions of what constitutes professional use when it comes to technology, and particularly MacBooks and MacBook Pros. There's no right or wrong answer. If you think you're a professional, you're a professional. It's as simple as that. I consider myself a professional user because I use my 16-inch MacBook Pro for video editing, and that video editing ends up on YouTube and what you're seeing now. So it is objectively a business-oriented machine for me. And in terms of how I use it, it is basically my mobile video and audio editing rig. So I spend most of my time on that laptop in either Logic Pro or Final Cut Pro. I don't tend to do email sessions on it. I don't tend to do Teams calls on it. I don't really do any writing on it either. That all kind of happens on my MacBook Air. I do use the 16-inch for photo editing as well, so I use Lightroom for editing my thumbnails and that kind of stuff. But essentially, I hone in on what that 16-inch is built for, which for me, having spec'd up the M1 Max version to have 32 cores of graphics, which I don't really need, but it's nice to have that headroom. For me, that means honing in on its abilities as a video editing tool. And it's a laptop, but it doesn't travel very far. It travels from here at the studio to home and then back again. It doesn't really go anywhere else. But having it at home whenever I need to, just for some kind of on-the-lap video editing, is just superb. It makes a genuine difference to my business. Now, that's just one example of professional use, but I think there are two types of MacBook Pro buyers. The first one is the MacBook Pro buyer who needs that laptop. They need it for whatever it might be in terms of their business. So they need it to get video edits done, they need it to get audio edits done, they need it for getting photos edited and sent off to a publication while out on the field. To that person, it means an awful lot to their business. It helps them make money and be more productive. The other type of buyer is someone who just wants a MacBook Pro. They don't have any commercial need for it. There's nothing about that laptop that's going to make them more productive and earn more money. They just want one. Now, I've sat in both of those camps, and arguably, I probably sit in them both these days anyway. And neither camp is a bad place to be. If you need a MacBook Pro for your business, then it's going to pay you back in terms of productivity and the quality of your work. Equally, if you just want a MacBook Pro, then you're going to enjoy owning it. It's going to be the thing that you've wanted for a long time and you've saved up to buy and means a lot to you. And the important thing to bear in mind with all of this is that Apple doesn't make these MacBook Pros squarely with the professional in mind. And we know this because during their Unleashed event last month, when they announced the M1 Pro, the M1 Max, and the new MacBooks, they had this intro with this kid in presumably his parents' garage, making music on a MacBook Pro on Logic from sounds that related to Apple. It was a wonderful reminder that although that was a pro-focused event, the heart of the Mac often sits with people in their bedrooms, in the garages, working on these things and creating stuff they love. And coming back to the 16-inch MacBook Pro, even though it's huge, heavy and very expensive, it sits squarely within that bracket too. Some people will just want that laptop because it's the biggest one, it's the most expensive, it's got the biggest screen, but that's enough really, isn't it? So the 16-inch MacBook Pro, although it has all the Pro price tag and everything else, it isn't just a professional machine. Indeed, if you're lucky enough to be able to afford one to just have as a hobby or just a toy, then wow, you're going to enjoy it. However, having spent considerable time with both the 14-inch and the 16-inch versions, and knowing that the 14-inch version, as I mentioned earlier, really suits that boxed off, square, chunky design, and the fact that the 16-inch MacBook Pro is just very big and heavy, I really recommend going to an Apple store and just trying both out. So, are you a pro or are you just someone who wants to have the most expensive and the most powerful Apple laptop that you can buy? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you never miss any Apple Insider content in the future. But until next time, I'll see you then.